Hi peaches, it's Shaaba. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for clicking on another video. How are you? I hope you're well. I'm coming at you today with another brain fart. Welcome to the confusing, hypocritical, contradictory mind that is my own. It's all about the topic of selfishness. I have seen far too many times people being called selfish, more so in this past week than for quite a while. And in typical Shaaba fashion, I disagree with most people in thinking that that's necessarily a bad thing. So I wanted to talk about it and dive into why that is. But before we do, I do want to give a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, Pride Counselling. As you can probably tell from these string of brain fart videos, I find thinking difficult. And you know what they say, a problem shared is a problem halved. And if you're struggling to organise your thoughts, perhaps Pride Counselling can help you with that. They provide private online counselling specifically for LGBT cuties. It is no secret that I've been using them for over a year. I pay for it myself. I thoroughly enjoy the service and it's helped me a lot. Some of you lovely peaches have used them too after watching ads like this, and some of your reviews are so adorable. Personable, comfortable, pushes you to think outside the barriers you've created for yourself. I'm super glad you feel that way and that definitely matches my experience. Now, all of the counsellors on Pride Counselling are LGBT plus friendly, so that's one less thing that you have to worry about when you're being super vulnerable to someone. The counsellors on the service are also licensed, trained and fully accredited with at least 3 years of experience and certification from their state's professional boards. And because it's all online, it means 1, you can take it from the comfort of your own home, and 2, it's significantly cheaper than traditional counselling. Pride Counselling is legit half the cost of my previous counsellor. And if you still can't quite afford it, babe, that's totally fine too. Just know that Pride Counselling do have financial aid that you can apply for, because no one should feel left out from a healthy mind. So if you want to find out more or sign up, you can take a look at my link downstairs in the description box, pridecounselling.com/Shaaba, and you can get 10% off your first month too. So, shall we talk about why being selfish is a good thing? This honestly all started because I was live streaming. I do that on the internet, so often with Jamie over on Twitch, and we have discussions about things. And I actually can't remember what that thing was, but it ended up getting me a little bit hepped up, and that doesn't normally happen on stream. And it's because somebody was suggesting that said person that we were talking about should be putting someone else's needs above their own. And honestly, why does that sound like a bad thing? Isn't that what superheroes do all the time? Isn't that what we're told that we should be doing? Isn't that charitable and right? Yes, yes, yes to all those things, but also no. And this always comes up. In the last Am I the Arsehole video that we did, there was somebody, long story short, who was bullied by someone for being gay, and then the bully came out as gay themselves, and now the friendship group is mad at them for not helping the bully, calling him selfish because there is an expectation that you should be helping other people in less fortunate positions than your own. And honestly, as a concept, I don't understand. I'm saying these things and my brain is saying to itself, why is this a bad thing? You're right. What? Why? He's learning, he's come out. Actually, in that situation, he didn't apologise. I do just think that that bully was an arsehole. There's more to the story, you can watch the video. But like, the point is, being selfish, we are all told, is a bad thing. And my brain still tells this to me today. Because by putting other people in front of yourself, it's compassion, isn't it? It's humility, it's humanity, and it's exactly what a lot of our bloody politicians are missing. Some people need to be putting others in front of themselves to ensure that their tax breaks are not the most important thing on the public agenda, to ensure that things like immigration policies actually help people that require help. I get it. It's because of this negative connotation of being selfish and this importance of putting other people in front of ourselves that we have children that we can look after, and that we look after vulnerable communities and marginalised groups. Allies could be very selfish and put their needs in front of others, but they don't. Whether that's disability allies, LGBT plus allies, people of colour allies, there are so many people that are not selfish and use compassion, humility and humanity to put other people's needs in front of their own, with campaigning for equal rights, with giving up certain things that their privilege allows them to have because it's the right thing to do, to not be selfish. I totally get that, and I agree on the offset, being selfish doesn't sound like a wonderful thing. But, and it's a very big but, there are definitely situations in which that doesn't work. Just like that Am I the Arsehole person that I just explained to you. Why should somebody who's gone through trauma feel like they need to put themselves out there, possibly in pain again, in this situation it was a harmful situation, just to put the needs of other people in front of their own? My brain does this thing where it searches for a formula, because there is always a formula to whatever you're doing. There are always rules. You can always come up with a checklist, that flowchart, whatever you want to call it, whatever visual diagram you need to represent a thought process that tells you if something is A or B. But with this situation, I'm really struggling to understand what that checklist and process is to decide if being selfish is a good or a bad thing. thing. Now, I'll be really honest, the reason that I preach that being selfish is a good thing, that is a healthy thing to do, comes from past trauma. Yay, trauma! The word selfish is honestly a little bit of a trigger for me because it's what was always hurtled my way when I was growing up. Whether it be between me and my siblings, because I wanted to go out and make friends, or because I didn't want to change my plans that I had made with other people already to fit an ever-changing schedule and unfair expectations that were being placed on me, which I know now but didn't know back then. And those are really trivial examples and context, but you can still see, right, how the word selfish can be a really manipulative weapon, like a bit of a threat to switch that onus of guilt and make them feel like they're doing something wrong. You can move it to other contexts as well, such as me leaving an abusive family home. In suggesting that I wanted to do so, or wanting to leave, or put myself in a position where I wasn't being hit by these constant waves of negativity and sadness and hurt, I was selfish for wanting to leave when other people weren't in a position to do that. They weren't brave enough to do that. They weren't independent enough to do that. For whatever reason, context, situation, personality traits, I wanted to leave certain situations when other people did not. And again, I would be called selfish. But why? Why is it that putting my needs above the needs of people who didn't think of my needs in the same way, right? It wasn't reciprocal. Why did that make me selfish? I realize now, today, after many years of therapy, thank you, that I'm not selfish for putting myself first and for leaving certain situations. I realize I'm not selfish for creating a life of my own and not listening or pandering to other people that didn't respect my needs in any reciprocal way, but I still don't understand why. Where is that formula? Where are those criteria points that differentiate the situation of me leaving a place that detrimented me, right? And somebody helping in a very charitable way other people, also to their own detriment, right? Also to their detriment of resources, blah, 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 whatever. It's not that one results in good, because going back to the am I the arsehole person, helping out that other person, right, results in good. But morally, that person shouldn't feel like it's their responsibility to help out a bully who has hurt them because they don't owe that person anything. But then also, in the charitable situation, the people receiving the charity also don't owe the people providing the charity anything. So the more I think about it, the less this sort of formula thing makes sense. I don't know how to distinguish between good selfish and bad selfish. I've also seen some people saying, well, that's not selfish, Shaaba, that's self-care. It's self-care to put yourself first. It's selfish to do something bad. Choosing to remove yourself from a situation that's harming you when you don't need to be there is self-care, not selfish. Yeah, okay, I get that to an extent, but in the other sense, it just doesn't fly. It doesn't work practically because people are still being called selfish for doing things that they should have every intention to do. They're not saying, oh, you're being bad because you're caring for yourself. Bad, manipulative people are saying, oh, you're being selfish because you're doing something that I don't want you to do. So I don't think a simple rebranding or changing of semantics is going to help in this situation. What I do know is that we definitely need to break the stigma that being selfish is a purely bad thing, because being told that being selfish is a bad thing is, one, a sign of childhood trauma that leads to you feeling like you need to prioritize everyone's needs above your own and being walked over and being treated badly and being oppressed by men, because as women, you therefore think you need to put them first. As young people, you therefore think you need to put older people first. And hey, all of a sudden boundaries, what are boundaries? I don't have boundaries anymore, walk all over me. Like, it's not okay. But also too, it's okay to put yourself first. Like, that's the whole point, right? Like, it's okay. You need to prioritize yourself in this world because everybody else is doing the exact same thing, and if you don't, no one else is going to do that for you. Oh, but wait. But also don't be selfish and help marginalized communities and societies and give to charities. Like, it just doesn't make sense in my head. Do you see the hypocrisy? I don't understand. It's broken me. This is my brain fart of today. Though despite it being a brain fart, what I would love for the message of this video to be is that it's okay to be selfish. It is truly okay to put yourself first, most definitely in contexts where you are being hurt and your needs are not being valued or respected alongside others. And if someone's telling you that you're being selfish in a situation, I would truly implore you to really take a step back and obviously self-reflect. It's important to self-reflect because we can just be selfish in a negative way, but also reflect on why that person is telling you that in the first place. Because more often than not, I'm seeing this phrase being passed around and weaponized by people who do it to put you in their place, because they are nasty people that are trying to maintain a sense of order, and they're harnessing that order by making you feel guilty. And that is not okay. It's okay to be selfish. You have worth too. That's the simple message that I'm trying to put out. And maybe a little bit of homework today. We can all go downstairs in the comments section and share a time where we've been selfish. And I'm really damn proud of it, because why not? And if you happen to have any hot takes onto how to distinguish between good selfish and bad selfish, I'll be very grateful to hear it. Let's have a little chat downstairs in the comments section. For the time being, I will love you and leave you. Thanks for watching this video. Do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to. Remember that Pride Counselling is here for you should you wish to take a look. I'll see you next time with another video. Be kind and have a great day. Bye!